abandoned places in Japan. I would like to hear about your experiences and the paranormal phenomena you encountered. And share my experience. Let's talk. Bump. Thank you, Japananan. Keep it up, dude. Thank you. I will do my best. Thank you for continuing to post here. I'm worried about the increasing number of sick people in my city, and reading through your thread takes my mind away from worries. I am very happy to read your comments. The difficult situation continues in my country due to viral illness. It is a very difficult situation, but I want to overcome it with the power and wisdom of people all over the world. I am pretty sensitive to spirits and energies. I was in Hiroshima, went to the bomb museum. I left feeling lightheaded. Woke up in my hostel at like 2 a.m-ish and couldn't sleep, so I took a walk around the hostel and I swear I could hear the faintest sound of weeping. Oh, that's an interesting story. I am not very sensitive to spirit and energy. However, I feel an unusual atmosphere. I have never been to Hiroshima, but there are many anecdotes. I have seen this exact thread before, picture and all. Thanks for watching. There was a thread in the past. I want everyone to watch my survey. Subscribed. Thank you. I'll continue to do my best. What's the ghost detector that you guys refer to a lot? Ghost detectors are so-called electromagnetic wave meters. It is said that ghost energy can be detected as electromagnetic waves. I'm glad you are still doing updates here on X. Been subscribed to your channel since you first posted here. Thank you too. I am very glad that you keep watching our video. Feel free to say anything if we have any opinions. I am watching the SK playlist right now. Is it normal for places to be abandoned with lots of items left behind? I noticed there was lots of bed linen and chairs. What do you think caused the handrail to shake? Building owners will probably leave unnecessary things to avoid spending. The same is true for abandoned buildings. I still don't know why the railing HS * Harkin. Sol said he could only think that someone had shaken. The same is true for abnormal noise. But I didn't feel any signs of that person. There was no one. It is not a natural phenomenon. It is very creepy. Man, that's pretty *head to think someone could have been there listening to you guys move around. Have you ever caught someone on film? That is impossible even if you think in theory. I am convinced that there were no humans. No one is captured in the film. What makes you think it's impossible exactly? Humans can be the quietest things there are. The Japanese even believe in ghosts. Seeing as how Japan's indigenous religion is Shintoism, a religion that espouses that kami spirits essentially inhabit all things, it goes without saying that the concept of ghosts isn't too far-fetched of a concept for them to believe in, to varying degrees. Not just ghosts. I believe in invisible energy. I believe in UFOs and unknown creatures. Quote, I neither of you ethnic J** ya dumb dips. Honoring ancestors is very important in Japan. The ancestors have become Buddhas and are watching over the descendants because the souls and wills of the deceased remain in the world. I think there are ghosts. Quote, I neither of you ethnic J** ya dumb dips. OF * me, I posted in the wrong thread. Ignore this S**, not relevant to conversation. Thank you for your precious story. I'll check the video later. I am touched by your story. I hope you find peace in your life. No way your sister would want her death to keep you down in life. It was a very interesting video. There seemed to be a spirit, and I think your music talent is amazing. I support you. I subscribed. You play really well. Fantastic. Sorry op, I made another thread before I saw this one. Here's my story from that thread. Quote, be me, 17. Dad loves to hunt, always go with him. We've had a real bad string of not getting drawn. After another year of not getting drawn, Dad just buys some expensive tickets to hunt on local rares. Kind of a splurge, but it was on my dad and he could afford it. Super beautiful land. Keep spotting deer all over. No elk, only got tags for elk. I'm okay with it. My favorite part of hunting is just walking around and spending time with my dad. He was a surgeon when I was a kid, so I spent a lot of my childhood not really knowing who he was. Really just came home to eat or sleep. Anyway, we walk around all week, and it runs me ragged. We get to a nice meadow one day and my dad says he's gonna take a nap in the shade, tells me to keep an eye on the meadow. Elk wander into them all the time, just chilling out in the beauty. When I see some movement, peek at it through my scope. Just another herd of deer. Take my finger off the trigger. I know, I shouldn't have even put it on the trigger before I knew what I was looking at. I'm safer now and just watch them through the scope. Few minutes later, deer S***ed her. Just F***ing bolt. Absolutely terrified. Weird but neat. Maybe another predator is nearby. Not too worried. My gun is honestly stupidly big even for elk. Mostly just curious. Way to see more movement. Eventually I see something move across the clearing. Look through scope at it. It's just another deer. Looks a little bit funny, but not like Fallout bad, just a little gangly. Moves a little funny too. Deer are red graceful. This thing just kind of bumbles. Honestly just S***UMED. It was real young or something. It walks a little more into the clearing, then stops, looks directly at me through the scope. Already a little bit weird. I'm a good 400 meters out and in the shade. It shouldn't be able to see me and it shouldn't be able to catch any lens glare. Part 2. It was a very interesting story. Thank you. Long texts take a long time to comprehend because I rely mostly on translation software. This time it was very interesting to read back. Thanks to the clarification of the text, I wanted to know what that smelling substance was. Part 2 quote, deer rears back on its hind legs, and the front legs just like twist. I've seen deer on their hind legs before, but they can't put the front legs at the sides like humans can. This F***ing thing does posture still isn't human cause deer don't have a center of weight like that, but it can put its F***ing hooves at its side and it just stands and looks at me, then it bolts across the clearing. Even then it's on two legs. Even though it looks ridiculous, it's moving way faster than normal deer. If I had to eyeball it, I'd say this freak hit 30-ish. Get a long period to look at it. 20 seconds at least. Got that super forward-leaning sprint of sprinters, but it's a deer on two legs. It's not moving towards me, it's just headed across the clearing. Don't know why I didn't shoot it. I think part of my brain WS* still worried about the elk versus deer tag thing. Sounds really dumb saying it out loud, but I wasn't really worried. I was just baffled and kind of grossed out. After it's gone, tell my dad about it. He thinks I must have hallucinated it. I had only slept about 4 hours a night for the last 3 nights. I was a major insomniac in HS and sleeping anywhere but my house made it a lot worse. We walk out to the meadow to look for footprints, or all we find is the pair of prints from where I saw it on 4 legs. Nothing from the 2-legged stage. Only weird detail is that the area that it went through had a weird smell that both me and my dad noticed, like old pennies and bleach. It was weird. I'm an atheist, so I generally don't put a lot of stock in the supernatural, but I gotta admit that night shook me up. Weird S***. Oh gross, what is that? Oh, I am not good at English. Therefore, it is very difficult to understand this sentence. Can you make it a little easier to understand? It felt like a strange story. Which sentence? Or do you want me to summarize what happened? To tell the story very short and smooth, went to Indian tribal land to hunt elk, didn't see elk, saw a deer. Deer gave off weird aura, scared off other animals. Deer sensed me looking at it somehow, stood up on 2 legs, and ran like a human across the forest clearing. When I went to check the path that it ran through, footsteps only existed up to the point before it stood up on 2 legs. Over the path where it was on 2 legs, there were no footprints, but there was a weird smell, like blood and bleach mixed together. Oh, thank you. It is very easy to understand. I understand. That's a very strange story. The mystery remains very eerie. I also want to have such a visual experience. Oh, that is exactly the image of the story. Is it a real photo? 3, 4, 5, 6. Very surreal and interesting. Lol. 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why the F** is this thread still up after 13 days? I don't know, so I want you to teach me the rules of 4 chains. Thank you. Isn't it normal to run for 13 days? It's a very slow board. Unless the C** burpers that make the N** buddy threads are spamming the crap out of the place, threads can stay up for days. I see, thanks. Threads are archived if there is no X, approximately 5 hours of writing. Why do I need to write to keep the thread for a long time? Threads usually get closed by either 1. Dropping off the last page, 2. The thread reaches its max cap, or 3. A janitor mods certain privileges decides to close the thread for any number of reasons, most common of which was them deeming it s**ham off topic. And I believe threads overall expire within 2 weeks. I've seen threads online for over a year in the past. You're new. Ghosts don't exist, **. Ghosts probably exist, but it's wonder there are no ghosts to do good. Go home, Paul, you are drunk. That picture has Mega Killer 7 energy. The 04, there's that intimidation, lol. Hey. Hello, oh, very good photo. I want to investigate that abandoned hospital. There are many hospital ruins in Japan. But strangely, there aren't many scary stories. Does anyone have a scary experience there? There are piss fairies native to Australia that hide in an outhouse and wait in the dark to fly up your piss hole during heavy rain. Are outhouses common in your **ed country? Assuming you live in America. If you really think America or even Europe doesn't have outhouses, you're actually **ed. Does a piss fairy appear for that purpose? Lol. Who is in the outhouse? Watching through these guys' channel now makes me miss the old Fatal Frame or Siren Blood Curse games. First, my experience, strange voices were recorded and the device repeatedly suffered from trouble. And the monitor showed a human face. It is very creepy. English subtitles are available. Please watch https://youtube.be/e1c7pq3iggy.